Всем привет, продолжаем проходить игру GreedFall. Так.
Good day, Desade.
We're looking for a young Naut named Alba on behalf of the Admiral.
I've heard about her. Several crew members told me that one of our own was looking to leave the island. You should ask them if you want to learn more. They should be near the boarding area. But me? I've not seen her. More questions?
Thanks. Hello. We're looking for a Naut recently arrived from New Serene.
That rings a bell, yeah. I think she was looking for someone.
Так. Куда стоит?
May the Enlightened bless you.
It's our savior. Good to see you. What can we do for you?
How are you since your release?
Very well. Thanks again. And we are much. We will always be.
I shall...
Your Excellency, Captain Vasco, what fair wind brings you here?
We're looking for a young Naut who arrived from New Serene a short...
Yes, I remember her well. The poor child wanted to flee her father. She asked me when our ship was leaving, and if I thought we could take... I told her she better talk to the captain, but we weren't, so she left.
You say she was fleeing. Her father is actually here. Do you have any...
Well, at one point I asked her why she was not waiting at the tavern. She told me she could not go to the tavern, so maybe that's where you're...
Ночью.
I must leave you.
А, уже рассвет. А вот.
Hello. Are you Master Lorenz?
Indeed, sir. What do you...
My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and I have a few questions for you. We're looking for a young Naut called Alba.
Alba, what a stupid name. Her real name is Clara, and yes, she is my daughter, although she chose to deny me.
Have you seen her recently?
Alas, no. Otherwise, I would have brought that little idiot back to Teleme. Why did she have to leave? What madness could make her leave the convent to go to sea?
Your daughter is accused of espionage and treason by the Nauts. Do you think she could be guilty?
Espionage? I can't believe it. But treason? How can it be denied? She rejected her country, her faith, and her family by getting on that ship. But I will soon bring her back on the right path. I hired a sleuth from the Ordo Luminis.
Tell me more about the sleuth.
Some Inquisitors are specialists in hunting criminals, or heretics, or young. That's certainly the case with this Johannes. He will bring her back to me and she...
Do you know where we could find him? Maybe he could...
His last message was about a missionary camp where he had followed her near... Wench... something or other. I'm sorry, I can't remember those island names.
Thank you, sir.
If you find her, bring her back to me. She will no longer have the chance to betray anyone at the convent. I hope we're done.
I'll leave you, sir.
A missionary camp near an island village whose name begins with Wench. He must be talking about Wench Xavier. Shall we go there?
Да, пошли. А я же оттуда всех выгнал. Интересно. Че?
Get down and listen. It seems to me that it's our sleuth.
Да что такое?
Let me go. I've done nothing wrong.
Speak if you want me to release you. Where is she?
I don't know. I'm thirsty. Give me water.
You will have nothing until you tell me something.
Have mercy. I'm dying.
I don't care. If you die, I will just question another one like you. Talk! Where is the girl?
I recognize this sleuth from the Ordo Luminis. It's Johannes. He's obviously still looking for Alba.
He's questioning this man to find out where she is.
We must intervene quickly, or he'll kill him. Let me talk to him. I think I can convince him to let him go.
You're right. Let's go.
Hey, who goes there? Who are you? And what are you doing?
My name is de Sardet. I'm the legate of the congregation.
That dirty little eel slipped through my fingers.
Ну-ка, давай пусть
I see
поговорим.
you folks at the Ordo Luminis are as subtle as ever. Why politely ask when we can resort to torture, hmm?
Only missionaries believe that these savages would help us without encouragement. But why are you concerned by my methods if you're looking for this young woman too?
I do not like the idea of leaving a trail of blood behind, Johannes. The case that sends us here far exceeds your petty mission. So you'd better leave.
I made a commitment to find this young woman and bring her back to her father. I will not give up so easily. I have been promised a substantial amount of money. And I care about my reputation.
Ha! Your reputation? Your order has already lost the support of the Cardinal Mother for interfering with the Nauts. And here you are again, involved in their business. You're putting nails in your own coffin, Johannes.
I didn't see it from that angle. Well, I'm going back to San Mateus. I leave you this savage. Have fun, and happy hunting.
Let's free this poor man.
May the grass be forever soft under your feet, Renaikse. I thought I was dead. He would have killed me, even if I had spoken.
You're probably right. Do you think
You saved me. I owe you answers. Meet me in Wen Chevalier.
Ничего себе, еще даже не дружба. Ух ты. Где это там?
You are the boy. I owe you so much.
Do you offer services as a guide?
Sometimes I take Renaikse to a good fishing place. They give me beautiful objects in exchange. But right now we have to be careful. Did you want anything?
We're looking for a Naut girl.
But I promised Alba to say nothing.
And you risked your own life keeping your promise. But Alba is in a... If we do not find her first, others will track her down.
So she was right to be afraid, that poor girl. She came here saying she was being chased. I led her into the forest nearby to a cave where she could hide. If you have one of your notes, I'll show you where she is.
Thank you.
Did you want anything else?
I must go.
Опять. Это мощно. Всё? Много щитов у них. kızım.
I think we're here. This is the cave that the tortured survivor told us about.
I can't say that I have a good memory of this place.
Понятно, да.
Look, a camp. Maybe these are Albert's things.
No, you will not get me. I will not go back to the convent. Stop! You have won. Finish me. I still prefer to die than to return to my father.
Wait, something's wrong. She sincerely believes that we're chasing her on behalf of her father.
Зачем вы сейчас
We do not
убивать-то?
intend to kill you, let alone take you back to your father.
So then why are you here?
We know you betrayed the Nauts who took you in. You stole documents from your captain to sell them to the highest bidder, and we're here to pick them up.
What? I never did such a thing. The Nauts are the family I chose. I would never betray them.
There's no point in denying it. We found the dead drop that you used. We confirmed that you were negotiating to sell secrets. And Captain Reuben, who already suspected you, reported the theft of his book just as you were leaving town.
If you were innocent, you wouldn't have fled your crew.
But all of this is false. I don't even know what a dead drop is.
Да.
And if I fled, it was to escape you.
Escape us? If you were not the spy, that makes no sense.
Some time ago, Captain Reuben told me that he had been informed that It worried me. I knew my father would do anything to bring me back. Then, in New Serene, my colleagues told me that I told the captain, who told me that I would find a ship inside. There were none. I saw my father at the tavern with one of his inquisitors, and I realized that my only chance was to flee deeper inland. A native helped me find
I can't believe it.
And yet, the captain used us and this young woman with manipulative skills worthy of a cardinal.
Probably to hide the fact that he himself is the spy. We've been duped. We must return to New Serene as soon as possible and warn the Admiral before it's too late.
And what will become of me?
You will come with us. We will protect you. We'll need your testimony.
Что со мной? Нету. Обалдеть, сколько все говорить-то надо.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Our investigation is well underway, but the culprit is...
What do you mean?
Ну,
We
рассвет.
found Alba, but she... In fact, her captain used... It's because of us that she fled. She never stole...
So, are you saying that the culprit is Reuben?
If this were not the case, why make up this story against Alba
Красивая
and use us like that?
картиночка.
I can't believe it. And to think that I believed his lies. However, he is a captain. I cannot condemn him without solid proof. And we have to find out who he was selling his journal to. Ask his crew, but stay discreet. It should not arouse suspicions. Anything else?
The investigation is progressing, Admiral.
Hurry up, or I'm anything else?
Manfred, the quartermaster of New Serene Garrison, told me was one of your ships hijacked.
The Trident and its crew were commandeered by the San Mateus. We will not let ourselves be threatened by these land pirates. I've already sent several of our warships to board the Trident. The guards taken on board.
I understand, Admiral. But Quartermaster Manfred, that's why he asked me to investigate.
So these mercenaries do not even know how to manage their men? Remarkable. We will not deal with the guard until Manfred cleans up his ranks. No more of these hireling thugs will set foot on my ships. The nobles will just have to do without their bodyguards.
I will tell them, Admiral, and know that I am fully aware of the problems that caused this act of piracy. Not only for the Guard, but for all the nations on this island. I will do everything to find those responsible.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I will eagerly await your news. Anything else?
I have come to talk to you about a personal matter.
After what I revealed to you, I was sure you would come back to find me. What would you like to know?
You told me that I was born on one of your ships, of an islander captured on the island.
We'd like to know about this woman's origins.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I did not take part in those expeditions. And our old archives are far from here.
Is there no one on Tier-Fredy who can help us? Please.
Very well. I do know an old captain who could perhaps help you out.
Where can he be found?
His ship is moored in the port of Hikmet, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Captain Lissandro.
Thank you for your help, Admiral.
Desarde,
Yes, Admiral?
don't get too caught up in the past. That one in particular. Nothing good will come of it.
Да ладно.
Whether or not we choose to get caught up in it, Admiral, the past always catches up with us. Sadly, I'm paying the price of this.
The Admiral knows that we can't do anything without the force of the Guard. By prohibiting them from transport, she is putting everyone at risk, leaving us to take care of the problem.
At the same time, she has something to be mad about. This is the first time in our history that anyone has dared to attack our ships.
Так, снова команды. Два, три, 5 за... А, блин, что-то много.
Good day. What can I do for you?
We have a few questions to ask you, Flavia.
I'm all yours, Captain.
What do you think about your new...
He is fair, decisive, and he certainly knows the sea. But he keeps his distance. As if he wasn't a member of our species. And since we got here, it's been worse. He seems... troubled. The slightest disagreement puts him over the edge. But never mind me. It's not my place to judge my captain else.
I need to be off.
Farewell, then.
My Tempest. Can I do anything?
I must...
Your Excellency.
The pleasure is shared.
Captain.
Good day.
What can I do?
What do you think of your new captain?
He knows how to make people obey him. And runs it. He's a captain.
Does he get on well without...
He was suspicious of her at first. But when he saw that she was trustworthy, he treated her. When she disappeared, he told us that she didn't have what it takes to be. He spoke of treason, that sort of thing. I imagine he regretted having trusted her at all. Anything else, Your Excellency?
I'm afraid
Hello. You need some.
What do you think about
I know what it's gonna sound like, but I liked it better when you were captain.
Thank you. Heartfelt. But tell me why.
He's a good captain, but he lacks team spirit, if you know what I mean.
He's aloof, doesn't get along with his crew.
You're still far from the mark. To him, we're nothing more than lackeys. The only one who gets a smile from time to time is the pretty Gretchen, one of the girls from the tavern. She scratches his itch. As soon as he can, he's off to the brothel. Must cost him a right fortune. He should be careful. A debt with a coin guard is like sailing near a storm.
When pride and debt are your masters.
You afraid he might do?
Perhaps. But keep that to yourself.
Anything else?
I need to go.
Smooth sailing.
Че, опять остановишься? Да что? А верхний так.
Hello, my darling. It's rare to see the upper crust in here. Do you and yours want to have a good time?
I'm sorry, but I'm not here for that.
Really? What would you like, then?
I was told that Captain Reuben liked you a lot.
He's one of my regulars, it's true. He always asks...
Does he confide in you?
Sorry, my dear. But what's between my clients?
How about a change of scenery and a chance to work in a more luxurious environment?
Become a courtesan? But don't you need connection?
I'm the legate of the congregation.
Oh, I'm not stupid enough to miss such a chance.
Did Reuben tell you about his relation?
Oh, yes. He's always complaining about it, but they only changed his ship. And the crew is nowhere near his level, and his admiral despises. He says everyone is unfair towards him, and doesn't recognize his talents. And it is true.
Have you noticed him change?
Yes. He's become impatient and
Did he tell you about his...
Like everyone else, he likes building castles in the air. He told me that he would soon be someone very important and very rich. And that he would marry me. But they all say that.
Thank you, Gretchen. I'm done.
All that this young woman told us only confirms our suspicions. This man is a complete traitor. We should follow him after dark. We may be able to catch him in the act.
Подожди.
Oh, it's you, Renotor!
Come closer, good people. You'll find all you need.
Где он?
We can see everything from here.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat?
Ты никуда нет.
Here he is, red-handed. The sellout. Shall we arrest him?
We should first find out what he puts in the box. Let him finish. The way is clear. Now, let's take a look at this box. The captain and his buyers should meet here at nightfall. This must be where the...
We should put this message back in its place. Nobody should know that we've read it. And we should warn the Admiral immediately.
Let's go.
Desarde.
We know a little more. Reuben continues to use the dead...
He has quite the nerve to continue using that box, even though he knows you know about it.
He must have thought that we would not come back. The meeting is tonight. This could be a good time to get the proof we need. What do you think?
That's an excellent idea. I will come with you. I want to see this traitor fall with my own eyes.
О, с нами идет.
From this position, we'll be able to see the meeting just...
Perfect. I can't wait to witness it.
Men of the coin. Our greedy captain has gotten together with them.
The wretched traitor. How dare he sell us to lawless mercenaries?
А как он так спустилась? Yeah?
Ha! This traitor got what he deserved.
Is everything all right, Admiral?
It's nothing. Sorry to have charged like that. I got carried away. I couldn't bear to see this traitor sell his whole family for a few coins.
Do you want us to tend to your wound?
No, I'll go back to port and get back on my feet. Find the documents. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, the three of you.
In addition to a substantial sum, Reuben is also going to obtain a major post on the continent. He was ready to sell more than just his own knowledge. There are plans for machines and ships that he must have stolen from elsewhere. Everything is here. We'll give it to the Admiral tomorrow.
Чё встали?
Desarde.
How are your wounds?
I recovered fast. It was nothing.
Yes, here they are. But there was more.
So, he lusted after a prestigious position. And what a salary. I see that our secrets are still worth a fortune.
Тоже
Thank you for
захотела
bringing me all
продать
this.
что-то.
As for you, Alba, I owe you an apology. I
Плюс
should have
5
trusted
телепорт,
you.
ничего себе.
You have nothing to do with it. The captain did everything to make me appear guilty.
No. If we put the same trust in the volunteers as in the Seaborns, this would never have happened. We owe you a lot, Desarde. I will not forget it, nor will I forget the lesson. Be sure of it. You have my full gratitude. Anything else?
I need to be going.
My Tempest. Can I do anything?
I'm asleep.
And what can I do for you?
Quartermaster Manfred sent me.
I was expecting such a visit, and I'm glad Manfred sent an external investigator. This commandeering business may just spell the end of the Guard. I don't understand what could have happened. I can assure... It's as if some members of the Guard...
We had trouble with a criminal organization within the Guard. I wouldn't be surprised if they were behind this matter once again.
Oh, this is terrible news, Your Excellency.
By speaking to those in charge of those in command of this town, and
Since you neutralized Major Herman and his gang, 3 lieutenants have been leading the troops, while waiting for a new senior officer to be appointed. They are Lieutenants Alexander, Klaus, and Ermelind.
Do you think they're honorable?
I won't vouch for them, if that's what you're asking. I don't know them well enough.
Thank you, Quartermaster. I'll go and find them.
Верхний, верхний, верхний.
Lieutenant.
Your Excellency.
I'm conducting an investigation into the illegal... We must work fast and find out who organized... Do you know the men who seized the ship and...
All I can tell you, Your Excellency, is that I'm sure they were not under my... As foolish as it sounds, we don't know the identity of the soldiers. Since our previous commander's coup attempt, there's been tremendous up. We lack senior officers. The registers are not up to date, and many men are on the... I suspect the supporters of the coup who escaped the trial, maybe.
It's not impossible. I dealt with Major Herman, who was serving Commander Torsten, but I didn't take care of his men.
It's only an idea, of course, but one that seems most logical to me.
I'll leave you, Lieutenant.
Так, куда нам?
Lieutenant Klaus.
Your Excellency.
I'm investigating the illegal commandeering of the ship that took place here in San Mateus. Do you happen to know the men responsible and the officer they served under?
I'm sorry, Your Excellency. I only took office in this city 2 weeks ago. I'm just getting to know. Are you sure that this commandeering is not the isolated act of a few homesick recruits?
Not totally sure, but it's very unlikely. Managing the crew of a Naut ship requires great
I see. Well, in that case...
Farewell. Lieutenant.
Your Excellency, what can I do?
Can you tell me anything about the ship that was commandeered by the guards?
A complete act of piracy.
Do you know who these guards were and under which officer?
No, and no soldier is missing here. But since the commander's attempted coup, men start muttering as soon as we have our backs turned. Some recruits have suffered violence, but refuse to name.
Do you think something is going...
It seems obvious to me that some people...
I see. I'll leave you to...
Так, и...
Your Excellency, if you really want to know what's going on in this barracks...
To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Quiet. No one must know that I spoke to you. I am Sergeant Franz, and I'm prepared to help you. Don't forget the church tonight.
The lieutenant's interrogation produced nothing. This sergeant is our only lead.
Ай. Что есть?
Here you are. I wasn't sure you'd come. That will be understandable. It's better to be wary with Egon.
What do you know about this?
More than I would like. I'm part of it. Now ask me any questions you want. We don't have much time.
If you're part of this organization...
I joined this gang some time ago. Without realizing, I naively thought that it would only be a matter of completing a few, but I found myself involved in a sordid business. We capture them to sell them as slaves. They're very popular in I participated for a long time, without batting an eye, and the horror of this trafficking has finally hit home. I don't want it to happen to her.
Who took possession of the ship?
Soldiers from the garrisons, members of Egon's organization. The boat was supposed to be used to transport the island captives to the mainland. Someone must have had enough of only being able to move a few slaves at a time, hidden in the holes. Now they've pulled this big stunt. They've not only attracted the wrath of the Nauts, but also your attention. Egon would never have made such a mistake, and they'll make the fool who did suffer dearly.
Do you know who Egon is? Or at least who runs this org?
No. Everything is very compartmentalized. Not only do I not know the big boss, but I don't know anything about his...
Do you know who Egon...
No. Only...
And who gives you your order?
Lieutenant Ermelin. That woman is ruthless. After the business with the ship, she decided to make a clean sweep. She told us that we had to get rid of the island. She wants to clean up behind us to have my friend is among them. If I can't find...
If we want to prevent this massacre, we will have to...
They're kept in a former logging facility.
Is it well guarded?
No. Numbers are small to avoid arousing suspicion. But when Ermelin comes with her troops to get rid of the young people...
Well, We'll take control of the operation. When Ermelind and her soldiers come, we will use the element...
With all due respect, there will be many.
We could ask for help from one of the native clans.
Do you think they would?
If it only involved us, I doubt it. They'll also be able to give them shelter when we...
We will need to act quickly. I fear Ermelind will take action any moment now.
I'll go get help in Vedlug as soon as possible and take care of the operation.
Thank you. I'll arrange to be appointed as the scout for Ermelind's squad. That way I can let you know when we arrive.
We should go to Vedlug.
You should ask Siora to accompany you. Deirdre doesn't like strangers, but she will listen to our Denegat.
Опа. Давай возьмем. Так, что у нас тут? Так.
Get rid of them to avoid drawing attention to themselves. I want to free them and stop these guards. But we will...
You are a Karants. We will help you. But you have to tell me more.
The prisoners are in a former logging facility.
I know where it is. The Renaiks massacred the forest there.
We will get rid of the guards there. But if any soldiers are sent to kill them thereafter...
I will send you my 2 best warriors. I can't give you any more right now. They will find you where the forest has suffered. Anything more?
I need to be going.
Gwawalem seg.
Да я бы справился. Так.
Here is the logging facility. The prisoners must be in that cabin.
No one passes.
I will pass without your permission.
О, чуть немного у вас. Хотя не, в принципе.
You're free.
Thank you. May the trees always bear fruits on your journey.
It was Sergeant France who told us where to find you.
France? So he kept his word. I had hoped he would.
Stay hidden here for now. We will set a trap for the people who...
Then we will fight by your side. They will pay.
No, you're in no condition to fight. It's better that you stay here. When we are done with them, you can return home. Thank you for coming to lend us a hand. I'm surprised. Deirdre said that she would only send 2 warriors.
It's not a Sengedin Anadas. It's a Gaius Rad, a warrior from my clan.
But Tirtuma Donegad, she told Eseld your story, and we wanted to come. Young people from our clan have been captured, and we believe they are here. When Xavier also sent a warrior for the same reason.
We are most grateful for your help. Thanks to you, we can stop those
Что-то
who capture.
много. Да я со всеми бы один справился.
You're there. Were you able to get rid of the guards?
Yes, and we have released the prisoners. But there are still others that we have to defeat.
I see you've managed to bring allies. With them, we have every chance of winning. Ermelind and her troops shouldn't be long. You should take position.
У нас куча опыта близится. Куда?
Anything to report, Sergeant Franz?
Negative, Lieutenant. Everything is quiet.
Where did the guards go?
I don't know.
How can you not know? Hey, what's going on?
Ай. До него просто.
We got them.
Make sure Lieutenant Ermelind is shackled and brought back to San Mateus. She will probably be sent to New Serene to be interrogated by Manfred. She has a lot to teach us about Egon.
I hope she can help you put an end to all of this.
Can we all go home now?
Yes. We will escort you.
Break, it's thanks to you that I realized what we were doing. I hope you'll forgive me one day for being one of those monsters. In the meantime, I will do everything I can to help stop this smuggling for good.
You are a better man than you think, friends. When you're finished, return and see me at Xavier. I will be glad to see you again.
We should go. Let's report to Quartermaster Herbert.
Зачем столько money?
Your Excellency, I was told you'd returned with prisoners.
Yes. Lieutenant Ermelind organized the slave trade on behalf of the organization I told you about. Her men captured natives who were then sold here or smuggled to the mainland. We also found out that they commandeered a Naut ship to speed things up.
What madness. I guess Manfred will want to have her questioned. Lieutenant Alexander, you will accompany her with some men.
Quartermaster, at your orders.
And you, Sergeant. I understand that you participated in the despicable actions of this traitor.
It's true, Quartermaster.
I recommend clemency. Without his help, we would not have discovered what this was about.
I see. You will accompany Lieutenant Alexander. Manfred would like to talk to you, but I will make sure that he knows what role you played in this case.
Thank you, Quartermaster.
Well, I'll let you get on, sirs.
Thank you very much for your help, Your Excellency. Travel safe.
Well, things seem to be in order here now. We should go and warn Manfred.
And what can I do for you?
That will be...
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for...
I was able to clarify the story about the ship.
I've already been told all this. He told me the whole thing. I have already sent a letter to the Admiral. I hope she will forgive us. Anyway, I thank you very much. Once again, you have worked wonders, Your Excellency.
We couldn't have done anything without Sergeant Franz. He showed admirable courage. I imagine he's joined your forces.
That doesn't ring a bell. I don't think a sergeant by that name is stationed here.
Strange. It seemed to me that Quartermaster Herbert told him to come and find you.
Well, perhaps he changed his mind. With this business going on, he must be sorely lacking in men. Anyway, know that our investigation has finally paid off. Lieutenant Alexander arrested many criminals with information obtained from prisoners. You should go find him. He's with Captain Ulrich.
Captain Ulrich?
The highest-ranking captain in the garrison. He's an old man who was not often found in the field, but faced with such a scandal, he had to intervene personally.
Thank you, Manfred. I'll go find them.
Ой, куда эти очки девать-то?
This arrest is good news. Let's find the captain.
Ah, Your Excellency. I was talking about your exploits to Captain Ulrich.
Your Excellency?
Captain, Lieutenant. Quartermaster Manfred informed me that you had made several arrests.
Indeed. Lieutenant Ermelind confessed, which enabled us to flush out most of the gang.
I can't quite believe that all the arrested men are involved in this case. I know many of them, and could have sworn they were honorable people.
I'm sorry, Captain. I understand. It's a shock. We were all sure that our comrades would never be involved in this kind of thing.
Will you continue the investigation?
Of course. We can't stop our research until we've completely dismantled this organization.
Lieutenant Alexander was asking me to transfer him to New Serene, to be a part of the investigation there.
To manage it, if you allow it, my captain. I was honored to participate in the interrogations of Lieutenant Ermelind, and to be able to arrest all these criminals. I would not want to leave things half-finished.
As I told you, Lieutenant, I can't approve the transfer of an officer from another garrison. I must refer to the commander.
In any case, we're most grateful for your help. But we can now bring this investigation to an end without you.
I see. What goes on in the Guard is the Guard's own business.
It's a bit like that, yes. We can't let the actions of a small group compromise the reputation of the whole Guard.
You forget, once again, that you have not yet obtained your transfer, Lieutenant. In the meantime, please be dismissed.
At your orders, Captain. Goodbye, Your Excellency.
This brazen lieutenant is bordering on insubordination.
I'm sorry you had to hear this call to order. This lieutenant...
It must be the enthusiasm of youth.
It's possible. In any case, and contrary to what he said...
Why's that?
Lieutenant Alexander claims that Ermelin's confession... But I attended one of these interrogations, and all she talked about, the one in which Torsten's recruits received their special...
A place I remember all too well.
I'm sure, Kurt. And I'm sorry for that. If I understood correctly, this place was but our lieutenant did not mention it, which surprised me. Perhaps Alexander failed to report it to...
But he could have another motive. So you would like us to go?
Indeed. And I'd like... I am no longer a field officer, and I want to see this case with my own eyes. You know the place.
Very well, Captain. You can count on...
Thank you, Your Excellency. I will get going right away. Will you come with me?
No.
Yes, I'm ready.
We're almost there.
How would you like to proceed, Captain?
By the book. We'll go through the whole camp, neutralizing any threat.
Ah, это Никем.
It's blocked. Useless. They barricaded themselves inside.
Что, подкоп делать? Ничего себе.
Sergeant Franz. Poor man.
He was beaten to death.
Quartermaster Herbert ordered him to accompany Lieutenant Alexander to answer Manfred's questions, but he never made it to New Serene.
I was sure that the lieutenant was not genuine. He must be involved.
To my help! And death to the others!
It looks like poison.
Список имен, написанных рукой Эгона.
This document talks about eliminating the witnesses to the case.
Manfred and us are definitely on that list. Lieutenant Klaus. So you are part of this—
Lay down your weapons, Lieutenant. Any resistance is futile. Your troops have been decimated.
I will not surrender, Your Excellency. Death is sweeter than the price of treason.
If you speak, we will be lenient.
You, maybe, but Egon, I doubt it. Farewell.
He's poisoned.
The plague. I'd have liked to have questioned that traitor.
Письмо из нового Сирена и Мегана. Недописанное письмо. Уходите. Письмо из Тикнексона и Мегана.
These letters are signed by Egon. We must go to the office of the leader of these criminals.
We could study the handwriting to find out who's behind this pseudonym. We did a good job, Your Excellency. Egon will never come back from it like this.
Certainly. But we know that there are still criminals amongst your troops, including their leader.
We know that Lieutenant Alexander is involved in all this. The sergeant's body, and the fact that he didn't tell us about this camp, are telltale signs. Perhaps he will be able to provide us with a lead. Otherwise, we still have these letters.
Remember that we are targets. Just like Manfred, we will have to stay alert.
You're right. Let's get back to New Serene as soon as possible. You'll hand over the evidence to Quartermaster Manfred and assure yourself of his safety. I will go and ask our insolent lieutenant for an explanation.
Ой, это мне куда сейчас? Ну что, нападут, интересно? Ну-ка. То есть, подожди, кераса генерала, если... Да, обгрыжу, это сильнее будет. Да. Подожди. Если я это прогрежу, это будет больше.
Oh, it's a great pleasure. best forge in Tier for a day. Blades, armor, locks, custom pieces.
Let's
get rid of this. To my help.
Bien.
Your Excellency.
How did you know we were here? Did the captain tell you?
He was arrested while coming back here. Lieutenant Alexander said he was finally...
That lieutenant has some nerve. We know he's involved. We found the body of the sergeant who was to accompany him here. He got rid of him to punish him for helping us. We also found this document saying that everyone who knows about you're in danger. And they've already found a way to get...
Most of the men who are loyal to him are in jail. I can't do anything without help. I've been trying to get the commander. If anybody can restore order to all of this, she can.
Here. Take this evidence and show it to her.
Alas, there's nothing in there that clearly indicates who Egon is.
The recent actions of Lieutenant Alexander suggest that he is the brains behind this operation. And we only have to compare his handwriting with these letters to be sure.
I'm going to join the commander, but you should intervene. I'm afraid he'll get rid of the captain.
Desart, Your Excellency! What a joy to see you again. We finally stopped Egon. The captain will be happy.
Naturally. And that is why you are surrounded by the men I apprehended. We visited your secret camp and found the body of poor Sergeant Franz, who in spite of his death, continues to betray you. You are a member of this organization, Lieutenant. And when we compare your handwriting to the letters we have seized, it wouldn't surprise me to discover that Egon is none other than you.
We prepared a discreet death for you, worthy of your uncle's court. A little poison, and our troublesome diplomat would have been out of the way. But since you leave us with no choice, finish them. It'll be a real pleasure.
Finally, our revenge has come.
Baby, I'm likely protecting in this battle.
No, no, no! Why did you have to stick your nose in our business?
If you had not been so careless, so eager to get rich and climb to the top, maybe we would never have discovered your operations. Surrender, Alexander. Unless you prefer Egon.
Let me go! I could make you rich.
I doubt that the commander would find that arrangement acceptable.
Wretches!
I've been waiting to put this pathetic scoundrel in a hole for a long time. May I?
Be my guest, Kurt.
Your Excellency, Lieutenant Alexander was court-martialed and will soon be executed.
You have my gratitude, Your Excellency. Without you, this assassin would have probably strangled me in prison.
Manfred gave me all the evidence you gathered and told me about the case. I'm just sorry he didn't tell me about it sooner.
My apologies, Commander. But you've been so busy since starting your new position. I never thought the case would be so big.
Be that as it may, the high-ranking culprits have been punished, and the foot soldiers will be sent back to the continent. A few months on the front should bring them back to reality. We owe you so much, Your Excellency. Without you, the Guard would probably be nothing more than a band of brigands. I am extremely grateful. I will not forget what you did for us.
Don't mention it, Commander. Hello, Commander.
Lord Desai, how can I be?
You seem to know Kurtwa.
If you're expecting...
We have, I think, a mercenary. Some would perhaps that, but I do. Anything else?
I have to go.
Нам что-то в сундук добавляли, надо А, князя.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for...
No.
А почему не... Плащей насвальные. Так. Где бы кольцо найти хорошее, которое на 5. Че, зря не то, что зря, но 5.
Let us thank the enlightened that a captain who took part in these expeditions is right here on the island.
It is indeed a stroke of luck. I hope he remembers my mother.
Do not worry. If his memory fails him, he may have kept his diary from that time.
Ну-ка, дай-ка я ее возьму. А, капитан.
Hello, Captain.
Well now, what fair wind blow?
Admiral Cabral advised me to speak to you about a matter of some concern to me.
The Admiral? Coming from a legate, I should have expected that. So?
You are the only one on this island that can help me.
Really? Oh, I think I understand. That's why your face looked familiar. The congregation is good at keeping its secrets, isn't it? This story is not a new one.
25 years. 25 years since the Nauts brought a woman who was captured on this island to Serene.
I remember, and yet it wasn't the first time. But on that occasion, a child was born.
So you can understand why we'd like to learn where this captive came from.
Yes, yes. I have seen more than a few Nauts looking for their parents. But what have you got to do with all this?
I met that woman in Serene. I got to know her well.
Listen, it's not that I don't want to help you, but my memory is no longer what it was. I wasn't the captain at the time. I wasn't the one who decided where we moored the ship. So I don't see how I can help you find out where this woman came from.
From one captain to another, if you would allow me.
Captain Vasco? I'm listening.
You said it yourself. A child was born at that particular time. A seaborn. And we always help one of our own.
Very well. I need to look in my old logbooks. I'm sure I'll find something. Wait for me here. I'll be an hour at the most. Here it is. I found my old logbook. There's a passage in it that would probably interest you. Your mother came from a village on the plains in the southeast of the island. I'm talking about a place where the bones of the whale are visible from the coast. I believe the natives call it Vignamri.
Thank you for this information, Captain.
It's nothing. I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Good luck to you.
So here you are on the verge of discovering your mother's village. Finding your own people. How do you feel?
I don't really know. I'm a little lost, I suppose. All of this is so new to me.
I understand. Mrs. de Sade was loving. She raised you with tenderness. And today you learn she is not your real mother. I'm sorry.
Прям рядышком.
To what do I owe the...
I recently found out that my mother...
Your mother was from Vignamri? Now I understand why your face seems so familiar to me.
Indeed. She was captured before my birth and sent to the continent.
She was called Arelwyn. Did you know her?
Of course. Everyone here remembers her kidnapping.
Could you tell me more about that?
I was not the head of the clan back then. It was a very long time
Понятное
ago.
дело.
But I remember the village Denegad. Kidnapped by the people of the sea. All our warriors set off to her rescue. But it was all in vain. Most of them died, including the one she loved. It was a dark day, in which our village lost its knowledge and strength in one blow.
So my father died too. Do you know if any members of my family are still alive?
Yes, Slan, your mother's sister. She then became our Donegad. She was never able to match her sister's talent. Too much knowledge had been lost. Relwyn was a renowned healer across all of Tiafradi. Taking her place was not an easy task.
It's not surprising that she was of interest to the congregation. They probably hoped she could help them find a cure for the Malachor. But all alone, far from the island. She was just a young, frightened woman who had lost all her powers.
Do you know where I can find my aunt?
You could try her house, but she's rarely there. She is an elderly woman now, and very much enjoys her own company. She doesn't speak much to me, but others here can probably tell you where to find her.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nothing.
What do you think of the chief of your village?
He seems quite friendly compared to the others we've run into.
A bit too friendly, if you ask me. A little too concerned with pleasing the settlers.
And you think that's a bad thing?
He reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's not a compliment. My fear is that he serves his own ambition. And this is often done at the expense of others. There's no one here. Let's go and ask the inhabitants of the village if they know where to find her.
The islanders protect their Donegada. I don't know if they'll speak to some Renaigse.
Don't forget, you are one of them after all.
Hello.
Renaigse. Do you need help, Renaigse?
Actually, yes. I'm
Oh. And what do you want from...
Ulan told me that she... could help me to...
Ulan must have wanted to play a dirty trick on... She says that he loves the people from your island too much. Anyway, if you want to find... I am not sure if she is there right now, but she likes going for walks there.
I'm extremely grateful.
Ну и куда идти?
was.
It looks like she may be in danger. Maybe enlightened How do you feel, madam?
Well, thank you for stepping in. I don't understand what has happened. Usually these animals accept me. Something must have frightened them.
We are glad we arrived at the right time. We would have been very upset if something had happened to you.
Excuse me, but are you Slan, the Denegad of Vignamri?
Yes, that's me. Were you looking for me?
Yes, we were. If you would allow us, we'd like to accompany you and tell our story along the way.
Very well. I will walk by your side.
This is the story we have pieced together.
I just can't believe it. Yet, if I think about it, your face reminds me of hers.
My mother, or rather, the woman who raised me, gave me this necklace.
Arelwyn gave it to me, to give to her child, and I passed it on to Mrs. de Sade.
It looks familiar. Your father had given it to your mother when they bound. It's good that you are wearing it today. My poor beloved Arelwyn, who died far away from us all, and divorced Jersey. I still miss her so much.
She wanted me to help her die. But I was unable to do such a thing. Someone would have figured it out. I would have been sent back to Ptolemy, and I would have lost everything. So I watched her suffer. And one day she died.
Petrus, I cannot hold it against you for letting her live.
No, you don't understand. I loved her. I loved her, and I didn't even have the strength to end her suffering. She's the only woman I've ever loved.
I never would have guessed.
Everyone loved Arelwyn. She was marvelous. You cannot blame yourself, man of the light. What's more, you brought me her child. For that alone, she would forgive you if she were among us. All is well now. The child of Tia Fradi has returned home, and with him, the spirit of his mother. You are home, my Magum. Welcome.
Petrus, I wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Despite everything you know about me?
You may have been a bit cowardly in the past, to the point of letting the woman you loved suffer. You were manipulative, and you lied to everyone, including yourself. But thanks to what you've told me, I've been able to find my family and my origins. And for that, I thank you.
My child. What you're saying touches me more than you can imagine. At least I've done something good, for once in my deceitful life. For you, and for her. I hope the Enlightened will remember this when I stand before him.
Не, зачем? Какой я харизматичный персонаж. Чего с ней не дружат? Yeah, sure.
My dear child.
What was your
No,
reason?
I tried to teach you with.
I'll see you.
Take care.
Karans. Do you need some?
I've never...
But this...
What happened to him?
He was killed as my mother never... Anything else?
I'm asleep.
I can't wait to find this famous... I could probably go alone, but just think about... Don't you want to understand where you're...
You're right, Afra. I will...
Thank you, Desade. Let's return to Duncan. Our new friends will surely be able to tell us more.
We are happy to see you again. You will always be welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you too. But we came... Of course. When we participated in the Dunkus meditation, he spoke of a cave of knowledge you had to go to.
And you want to see it? You still wish to learn how we become bound? It is a very sacred place. Only those who will become Donegada may enter there.
That's right, Year One. But they saved my life.
If someone finds out that we have helped the Renaigse to enter a sacred place, they will refuse to bind me.
Dunkus will never do such a thing. What needs to be done will happen, no matter what.
You're probably right.
Look for the entrance in the Vedhat Ganadu. Entering there will not be easy, but you will have to discover the rest by yourself. Like true apprentices.
Thank you, Morian. And fear not. No one...
Ну я ее нашел. Опачки.
The savage spoke the truth. We'll be rich soon. I don't like the thought of staying here too long, though. In case our corpse's cousins turn up. And we need to find a way to force this bloody root door. Hey! What are you doing here?
We could ask you.
Except we found this place first, so I suggest you
Listen, we didn't mean to bother you. We were only but perhaps you could tell us exactly...
You look like nobility. We also are,
Really? And you found...
Yeah. We managed to convince a savage, the kind of place where the natives hide their treasures. But...
And how do you plan on entering this cave?
Well, with enough explosives, we'll eventually get through those roots blocking the...
I see. Very subtle. And the islander did...
He didn't really have the time. And he didn't have a key on him. Just some bloody seas. Anyway, now that you know what we're doing here, you better leave.
Listen, I don't want to worry you, but you are taking a big risk by staying around here. When the Islanders clan notice his disappearance, they will come for him. You can imagine what will happen then.
You're not wrong. With the time it'll take to craft enough explosives, we may end up with a whole tribe after us. Never mind, guys. We're leaving. Fast!
Я аж обрадовался, думал, сидит.
At last, we made it here.
How do we get in?
Look around. There has to be a way.
This stone and this door remind me of the place where the Tierna Hach Kadactus went into hiding.
You're right. We'll probably have to use a seed here as well.
But we don't know which.
Here is my offering to the Cave of Knowledge. There. Place the seed on the stone.
О, я тут был.
It seems like this painting depicts some kind of ritual.
Yes. The character at the center is pouring blood on a stone. And one of these giant creatures that the natives call Nardigs is present.
The location looks like the stone circle where we met the two young natives. The character has changed. He now resembles an Onol Manawi.
You're right. They even depict his bond to the forest. Someone's coming. Let's hide. If anyone finds us here, we're sure to lose the trust of the Islanders.
Надо было эту брать.
Esco Halen, Esco Val.
Mach, es boglin daigan.
Kairto, Morian.
Kauden nes abudantat.
и возьму. Как далеко.
Esco Halen, Esco Valgmen.
Mach, es boglin daigan.
Kairto, Morian.
Kauden es gabudan tada.
Ну и что не сказать-то?
The paintings in the cave were magnificent and have taught us so much. It is obvious that they depict the bonding ritual and its consequences. It is by pouring their blood on the raised stones that the natives become metamorphs.
I'm not really sure if I follow you.
And yet it's clear to see. The islanders think that their ritual has magic consequences, but there must be some sort of contamination in their blood as they pour it. The only way to verify this theory is to attend a full ritual. We must attend Yewan's.
How will we know when it takes place?
Duncan said it would take place after the young people visited the cave, and they will most likely need some preparation. We should go to the Holy Circle of Kurganau tomorrow. What do you say? Will you come with me?
Конечно.
Very well. I hope that Dunkus will not be too angry after seeing us there.
Let's take some time to rest, and then we'll go back to the place where...
Your curiosity is truly unquenchable.
Forgive our intrusion, Dunkus. But I really want to attend Yewan's ritual. I have learned a lot thanks to you, but I still have so much left to understand.
If you were one of ours, Afra, I would be flattered to have such an inquisitive and resolute apprentice. You can attend the ritual, but promise me that you will be discreet. No Renaigse ever had this honor before.
We will do everything in our power to prove ourselves worthy of your trust, Dunkus. How are you? You must be feeling
impatient, yes, and a little bit afraid as well.
It's only natural to be afraid, Yerwan. It's a new life starting for you. But I will be by your side, now and forever.
Times really must have changed for some Renaigse to attend our...
These are very different from the others. Their leader is an Onol Menawi after all.
I know I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
You may not be bonded, but your parents must have been.
You should be proud and happy about it. It is probably thanks to your bond that Dunkas has accepted your presence.
You look preoccupied.
Our people have suffered many lions attacks, often during rituals. In some villages, all the young Sinalmanawi were abducted. You seem different from the other Zafra, but I can't help worrying.
I have nothing to do with these attacks, Dunkus, I swear.
I believe you. Otherwise, you would not be here with us. But I hope that your brothers will not be there in the shadows, ready to pounce on our children.
Zajmę miasto. Dobra. Niczego się.
Aruich Nestiri, Adesta Marar Mam.
Meneda, You are an Onolmanawi now, Yawan. And soon you will heal the earth by our sides. Like a real Donegad.
Thank you, Dunkus. I feel so proud.
I am so happy that we can be Voglendaiga together at last.
What about you, Afra? Did you find the answers you were looking for?
It's strange. I didn't exactly understand what happened, but I am moved.
Some events must be understood with the heart, not the head.
It seems like you are right, Dunkus.
We are under attack.
Oi.
Grab the young metamorph.
Gdzie ci Jaromir?
They won't touch you. Decide we have to protect them.
You can count on me.
Drink a potion.
Your curiosity, Afra, has saved lives. If it weren't for you, people from my village would have been abducted or killed. I am infinitely grateful, especially considering that fighting against your brothers could not have been easy.
Indeed. These people were brutes. They had it coming. However, you don't know how right you are, Dunkus. I recognize some of these men.
Really? Did they belong to the governor's court?
No. They worked for my former master, Dr. Asili. I was his student for a long time before I realized that this man's methods were questionable. He was so obsessed with his goals that he became cruel. But I can't believe he'd go as far as abducting people for his experiments.
You think that the Onol Manawi are used for experiments?
Now that I have seen these soldiers, I am certain of it. And I'm afraid they may suffer atrocious treatment under the guise of scientific progress. I am so ashamed.
Come now, shame serves no purpose. And you are proof that the lions are not all the same.
Thank you, Dunkus. And thank you, Desade. You opened my eyes.
Чуть-чуть не хватит.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything?
I'm asleep.
Ну-ка.
Desade, can I...
How did you feel when we visited the...
Astonishment, I think. I felt as if it was strangely moving.
It was a grace-filled moment indeed. And these rudimentary paintings taught us so much. I would never have thought that mere murals could contain so much knowledge.
Because we looked at them in a different way. To us, these paintings were more than just decorations. They were like a window into some knowledge that was completely foreign to us. I used to swear only by writings, but now I realize that there are many other ways to learn. And once more, I owe this realization to you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Это происходит
I'm
опять.
happy. Can I do anything for you?
Do you think that attending this ceremony is...
Yes, obviously. Before it, This ritual made me understand the power. This new vision gives me new perspectives.
Knowledge comes in many forms, and sometimes...
That is true. An experience can... I love exploring science and nature, but in the end... And yet, the nature of the things you and I have... You'd have to have experienced it. Anything else?
What do you think of the love that...
It's true. On the continent, where everything is political, it only happens...
Is it that you're starting to believe in love?
Who told you I did not believe in it? When it is sincere, anything else?
I must leave you.
Поиграем в диалог.
Desade, can I do it?
Do you think that...
Yeah, this new vision...
Knowledge comes...
That is... I love and yet, you'd have to have... Anything else?
What do you...
It's true. On the continent.
Do you ever think that you could become that?
To be honest, no.
What about now?
I do not like to lose myself in... But for some time now, I've begun to think... Anything else?
I must leave you.
Desade, can I do it?
I'm under the impression that you've not learned as many things as you want.
That's true. I hope to discover the... But instead, I don't know, the links that connects them and the power. I wonder if this couldn't become another subject. If I said that in Alsard, people would think I've gone mad, but learning about the natives would allow us to stop being afraid of them.
I must leave.
Ну, куда я? Куда нам надо?
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
I am Siora, daughter of Vladimir, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Marl of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember, and the worst tears say. She was a courageous Marl, but you are not yet Marl in her stead, and you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Siora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the Elder of...
Glendon cannot speak with you, Legate. He only accepts to me.
How can I prove that I am the rep...
If you are a trusted friend of a count, I will then be glad to allow you to enter.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasach, of the village of Wenchavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
Чё тут? Есть что-нибудь?
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Disarday, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frictamen can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do.
Yeah,
but even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frechtimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings, and so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here, the volcano. And I know that it is a place full of life.
What can you tell me about your god?
That the word God he is Tir Fradi in all and everything. The wisdom of his people, the gentleness of his rivers, the strength of his volcano. You are looking for wisdom to heal the Renaigse, but you still see it with the eyes of a sort of Donegat. He is much more than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic. The spring.
Can you tell me anything more?
We gather here at every long night, and during these nights the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here, and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here. So that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelam seg.
Karans, I need to...
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mind shake?
Yes. If I understand...
Even though these priests would make good allies against the lions because they... My mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Конечно.
Of course. Let's go.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what...
No.
I understand. This trial can take a...
I must leave.
Qua awelams.
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
Общительный малый. Ух ты. А ладно, пусть она. Так, ну что ж, на этом, пожалуй, остановимся. Интересно. Ситуация запутывается, накаляется. пройдем испытание. В следующей серии. Всем спасибо, кто посмотрел, посмотрит. Всем пока.